Well, good day, everyone. Thank you so much for viewing this sharing session. Whether those that is in this room today or those that is viewing these pre-recorded clips, I hope uh, you can benefit as much as possible as what I'm going to share. If you are a Singaporean, today the topic that or the piece of information that I want to share is, do you agree that as a Singaporean, success is not just a goal, it is a national responsibility? I sincerely, with great respect and gratitude to our nation father, our founding father, Lee Kuan Yew, for the dedicated responsibility and commitment in building a great nation. When Malaysia cut us off on August 9, 1965, I really cannot imagine the amount of disappointment, anger, and frustration that the young Mr. Lee had gone through in the mission to represent voices of equality and fair treatment of multiracial community. Due to the great responsibility that a man have to shoulder on his back, he had to make tough decisions and map out a plan of independent survival. If today one man find it hard to survive and earn enough money, or have to spend restless hours to make ends meet, I really cannot imagine how our founding father made decisions on national level and the responsibility he had to be accountable for if the plan failed. Have we ever wondered what if Mr. Lee Kuan Yew movement failed? And what kind of a Singapore will we have today? I believe as a Singaporean of today, we have a certain level of social responsibility to be successful in our family, our work, and having a great life. LKY era, Lee Kuan Yew era, have made our name as a Singaporean a brand to help on and be proud of. Today, we are reaping the fruits of great nation building, a great nation achievement of equality. The name Singaporean does not mean it represents citizens that were straight born. But today, it also is an honorable identity for those who yield great challenge or contribution in national building. This era, we will face greater challenge and competition, but it also means we will enjoy better rewards, better opportunities, and of course, better cash flow. It also means we can earn better income, have a better life, and have a better future if we understand who we are and what we can really do. As a Singaporean, our national story will be the best educational materials that we can have. If we study and understand how this nation have had gone through and apply the theory and method in our life, we can as equally successful as Singapore today. A successful nation does not mean we do not have problems. We are successful because we have the right solutions. I will classify problem here as challenge. We have this challenge due to the path we take and the decision we make. If today we are struggling with life financially, it is like when Singapore is officially cut off cut off from Malaysia in 1965. Back in the 70s, before Singapore is officially independent, we are just looking for ways to survive. We are part of Malaysia, and we are fighting for equal rights and treatment, but that was never possible. You see, when Mr. Lee LKY and his team, uh, you know, before finding Singapore or go through the decision in independence, is that we are forced to be independent for the sake of having equality and then the multiracial. Economic councils is actually, to balance up equal rights. But if you read the history, we know that, Malaya, before it become Malaysia, yeah. So I don't want to elaborate more. So they ditch us, and we are like orphans, all alone facing the reality of life. I believe the feeling of disappointment, betrayal, and the reality of life breaking, it breaks Lee Kuan Yew down. When he, the story, he whipped on national broadcast. Well, we cannot change reality. It is either give up or fight. Under the leadership of Mr. Lee, we choose to fight. Remember this. Our national father are fighting a war without weapons. Okay? These weapons, actually some are resources, not all are, What he had is those that follow him. Either he let them down or bring them up. All of a sudden, we become homeless back then. Actually, we're supposed to be Malaysian. He had no experience in running a nation. What he had, or what he has, is his qualification as a lawyer. August 9, 1965, the story of Singapore not only marked the beginning of a great nation. What we can learn as a Singaporean is that we have a proven system and a blueprint of success to follow. You may want to ask me, why a nation's success story got to do with a person's success? When Singapore is in the process of building, she has no available resources. What is available to her is a piece of land with no infrastructures and a group of people. But this group of people have a great leaders who have a vision that Singapore will one day surpass other third world countries and become a robust nation. In order to do so, the path to success had to be planned carefully. It's a long-term process. Later on, I'll explain why. Nothing is achieved overnight, but with determination, we overcome obstacles, and we have what Singapore is today. Look around you. It is not done just like that. It has been a long process of how many years since 1965. It's a step-by-step process, and we progress on. I'm so glad, no? I'm so glad and proud to be a Singaporean. I can't imagine what kind of life will I have if I'm born elsewhere. It does not matter if we are born rich or poor. But in Singapore, we have the best environment to success in anything if we want to. We have an established and stable government that care for the people, creating an environment of peace and safety, as well as a great place for businesses, education, leisure, and retirement. We do not need to worry about people that will cheat us on business, as we have a well-established system of law. We do not have to worry about the safety of our families, as our civil defense is vigilant. We have nothing to worry about. The only thing that we as a citizen have had to worry about is, as a straight born members, are we doing enough to enjoy the great inheritance? We are like having a super rich father, and yet we are all living like a poor son or daughter. Our national father are well respected overseas and the world. And so are we. Are we? That's the question. And today, we even have Singaporeans who does not know the national story. But instead, the foreigners took great interest in them. You know, I came across a study group or private group, right, that came to Singapore. And then they learn about Singapore culture. You know, organized in, cafe, private session, all right. And the history of Singapore, all right, have been shared to this group of foreigners, whether it's from China, from Europe, or other part of countries. So when they came to Singapore, they want to know why Singapore, such a small dot, can become what is today, from nothing, no infrastructure. What Malaysia left us is only a piece of land with all the jungles, all the swamp. But yet today, Singapore, we have number one airport. We have the best PSA in our port. Yeah, we have MBS. We are famous right now, and we have many, success stories. Today, with the advanced technologies, we can tap on any resources freely. The path of success is so much easier than the past. We only have to understand each path, the commitment level, the chances of success, and with a proper planning, anyone can be successful. I can confidently say that there are too many choices to choose from right now. In order to enjoy the best to the fullest, we must carefully choose a path to reach the requirement to enjoy the fruit of success. The Singapore of today. You may say, no, I'm too poor to enjoy them. I'm not as smart as my neighbor or my friends. That portfolio is too good to be true. I can't believe it. The opportunity is not for me. I'm not ready. I need to do some more research. We may have individuals that are in the situation of playing the survival game conservatively. There is no such thing as 100% successful method. No. It's how much you understand yourself, your strength, and then based on your strength, you choose which portfolio is suitable for you. Then you can be successful. It's like a man looking for the right girl, or a girl looking for the right boy. If the man or the woman carefully select and then go through the screening process, then they will have a very good family. Sometimes we don't understand love and we take things for granted. Like for me, I take my wife for granted for a long period of time, you know, before I realized God has given me a very good wife, you know. So much so now in my heart, you know, I still feel that I'm worthy for her. Seriously, you know, there's so much that I'm always asking myself, what can I do to actually, you know, compensate her, or what can I do to be the man that he wants? Because there are times that we really take things for granted. We don't appreciate other people, you know. But it's not too late, I hope. So it's a step-by-step process to reach the ultimate goal. So in the building up of Singapore, it's not a one-day event. The changes come or came after 30 to 40 years after 1965. The plan of industrialization, one people, one nation, and one Singapore, in the mind of our founding father, will never have the ability to come true if we play the game in the safe zone. If you look at the situation or the environment that he's in back then, when the odds is against him, how can he play the game safely? Many eyes is on him, you know. Singapore sure cannot make it. Republic of Singapore, walao eh. No army. The ground do not have proper civil defense. You know, no proper water, no proper housing. The odds is against Singapore back then. So Singapore doesn't play the game in the safe zone. And without proper public education, to constantly motivate the people, we will never be ready. Until today, there are people who think they are ready, but they are not. Until today, there are people that feel that, well, they are Singaporean. But ask yourself a question. There are so many things, so many good things in life that exist in Singapore. If you can't enjoy them, are you ready? So, the people are not ready. They don't have a direction yet back then. Singapore back at that era is still building up infrastructure, basic needs, water lah, housing lah, transportation lah, you know, protection lah, civil defense. Getting the people ready is a must, because if the movement is not as a body or as a nation, the effect of breakthrough is just a dream. You know, like everybody today, I want to be rich, I want to have a car, I want to have a good life, you know. But they just 9 to 5 and came back, you know, thinking that the income expenses from the bosses are enough, and if they want more, okay lah, OT ah. Guaranteed to have. You work, you guaranteed should have salary. You do OT, guaranteed you'll be paid. It's a matter of time. So we need that breakthrough to move forward. So that's our life. Today, if someone not having financial freedom, not able to afford the lifestyle of Singapore today, the whole nation are not going to wait for you or that person to be ready, you know, as we need to keep moving forward. Why? It's to maintain Singapore attractiveness and to achieve the top of the competition, but at the top of competition. In order to do so, as Singapore do not have the benefit of having any natural resources, we will depend on our human resources to achieve that goal. We have a very strong national reserves right now, and I believe so. I do not need to know exactly how much. But since COVID until now and various things, we 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 manage it very well. Our airport, the measure that we take, you know, the amount of, you know, measure or the counter, everybody have injection. All these are money, but every Singaporean, every PR, almost everyone are covered. So we have a very strong reserve. Doesn't mean that we have the right to use them. I'm a Singaporean, right? I got problem. Singapore government must take care of me, right? MP must do their job. MP must be there to solve my problem. Yeah, must help me. I got no job, they must find job for me. I got no house, they must give me house. If we keep thinking of how to use them, because the money come from reserve, come from the budget, the reserve come from budget. About the budget come from reserve, sorry. So if you keep thinking of how to use them, instead of adding on to them, do you think one day our national reserve will be empty? It's not easy to take, but when we take, somebody must put back. You don't put back, then how? No income. There won't be, the flow of, expenses, income, all this, is the same. A cup of coffee at a normal coffee shop cost about 20 cents in the 1980s. But today, it's about $2 average. And most Singaporeans today don't always patronize coffee shop, but coffee connection or Starbucks. As the country progresses, the standard of living goes up. So does our materialized expectation. If today we are not managing financial well, the government will have to spend on reserves and our yearly budget will go up. The aging population is one of the biggest challenge for the nation as a caring country. Billions of dollars in medicals and welfare have been spent yearly. It's always on this. Of course, the other area that budget have been done that to boost industrial, education, army, all this. So this is some of causes. If our majority population are not equipped with the right mindset and skill to harvest better financial knowledge, our national reserve will not be able to be spent on other more essential areas to keep Singapore in the competition. Take one step back, okay, parents. So, as parents, we want the best for the children. Who are the next generation of Singapore? They are going to be in the workforce one day. And so, what are the best we can give them? Are we going to sit back and regret one day when we recall we cannot afford what our kid wants, or we do something today for a better tomorrow? It's either we move forward or we step back. If today we are not enjoying financial freedom as a Singaporean, we're actually not doing our social responsibility. I'm not sure if every Singaporean realize that, or everybody realize that there is a social responsibility no matter where we go. But in Singapore, we need people to be aware of social responsibility. We have let the country down by taking the things for granted. I heard sometimes I go coffee shop, I went around, when I heard some senior citizens say, complain about this, complain about that, but they don't realize, they don't understand what is called social responsibility. Yes, the government have the responsibility to take care of the nation, take care of the citizen. But not everything that you want, government must say yes. You got hand, you got leg, you should do your best first before government step in. The government only help those that help themselves. Yeah, government is not you know, the easy way out. I would say, yeah, many people take government as easy way out. CMP, Minister, please help me. You know, after I see people line up, you know, to take number to CMP. I did also, but I came to realize that if the government don't assist me or I don't get what I want, means that government it means I'm not doing it enough. I feel the government are fair. You see, so when we take things for granted, we are actually letting our country down. Why I say so? We are sending a message to tell our forefather or that their contribution is a waste. 感恩啊. So it's not right, you know. If people think back, you know, about all these things, you think it's right, you know? Lee Kuan Yew and his team built up, you know, all these things. There are people who appreciate it. There are people that are not, you know, because we are emotional creature. Huh? You say I'm not ready. You may say, you know, but we are no longer children or kids. Grown up means we need to take on responsibility. Before that, we take because we don't know. So our parents feed us, give us. But we'll come to the point that, oh, we are well grown already. We have the knowledge from school, you know. I think we need to take the other way around because old people cannot do anything, right? I'm not ready, you may say, you know. I'm not cut out to be what is expected. Then be ready. Get into the system and learn to be ready. The system is there. It's not difficult as long as you are willing. It's not a matter of whether you're cut out or not. It's a matter of whether are you willing or not. Slow, never mind. Completed the course. That's the you know. If you give up means you really lose. So if our forefather can build a nation without the knowledge of building a nation, taking the responsibility of learning as we build along, with that mindset, we have what Singapore is today. Wow. So why cannot we start building our financial freedom or our financial income, you know, in terms of cash flow and learn as we grow? So I urge everyone, regardless are you Singaporean or not, whoever that view this, that we have a social responsibility to help on with, right? And as the message say, as a Singaporean, success is not just a goal. You know, if your life is in deep shit, you are bankruptcy or you know you don't manage your family well, all right. So it is our responsibility to actually improve. You don't have the knowledge, go and get the knowledge. If then go and find out all the various portfolio. There's so many portfolio out there. It's a national responsibility, not the nation, but it's your social responsibility as individual, as someone that inherited, you know, the good life, the good environment of today that we're actually enjoying it, right? So as for me, I created a website, you know, some program. It's called DaddyRex Club. Okay, so DaddyRex Club are created to serve as an educational and opportunity platform for low-income Singaporeans to explore a more practical approach in building a healthy cash flow. So there's always before and after. I mean, before you want to enter my program or a program, I need to first know, we need to understand where we are. And in this financial building process, where am I? Am I ready? So for those who are in a tight financial situation, we will work with various organizations to explore ways through education to increase family values. Family must come first. Family value must come first. You increase your pocket money. All right. If you have a family, I believe everybody do have or do. Huh? If not for family, why you work so hard for yourself? I think that's a very selfish approach. Doesn't matter. So we do not want to see, because of ignorance or lack of financial illiteracy, a good family be destroyed. As many divorces or bad relationships are mostly caused by poor financial management. From here, I want to take this opportunity to appreciate and thanks for those out there that create programs, whether investment, whether is it from property or whatsoever today, that thank you so much. You are actually, creating portfolio and creating chances or give chances to Singaporean people who do not know, right? That there is such a way that I can take part of my social responsibility and then be responsible myself. So once I earn more money whatsoever, I can enjoy my life. I can pay taxes well. I do not need to be a burden to my countries. So as I say, as many divorce or bad relationships are mostly caused by poor financial management. So we want to play a part of imparting and improving social responsibility values in terms of education through social media, online courses, seminars, and opportunity sharing. Like now, even social responsibility today, to raise the awareness of being a responsible citizen. We believe the future Singapore will be a robust society. Robust means everything is like this, but need money. Full of great enjoyment and of course product of great values. Hub of education, conference of business, and a great place for family building and retirement. Well, for those who have take a step, right, to actually increase their financial income, I really thank you so much. And then maybe one day I want to meet you, and then we can explore what other things that we can do. You see, no longer is 9 to 5 job. As I have, I always do small clips and put it on my Facebook. I'm not rich today. I'm staying in a rental unit, but because I know the problems of myself, I know the problems of, why, you know, and then I know how. So for those who understand and appreciate what I share today, I hope you have learned something, and then whether you are a man or woman, give a good thought today for those who listen to my replay. Think about it. You know, I'm not a professional. I'm just a normal man, normal citizen, a normal father. But when I go out there and I saw all those old folks, I saw, people woke up as early as, you know 5 a.m. in the morning and came back at night. I say we have given equal chances, but why are we still struggling in life? Thank you so much for listening. All right, and thank you so much for those who joined this live session. All right, I saw some of the questions that you have. All right, I may want to see you again, or if you want, you can join my next session again. Okay, and for those who watch my replay on YouTube or Facebook, okay, if you have any question or you have anything you want to ask, you can actually, you know, PM me. Okay, so there's a link below to DaddyRex Talk Club, or you can find me on Facebook. All right, and then or if YouTube, you can actually leave a message. But end of the day is that we only can do so much. End of the day, if you don't help yourself, we cannot do anything. Yeah, we are sharing this out of you know gratitude. You may ask me, why should I share this? Because I take from the society. So I think it's time that I share back. So if I'm not in a hardship, for example, so by sharing how I solve problems, maybe who knows, I can help someone out there. So thank you so much for viewing. And then if there's nothing, I will end this session today. And thank you so much for all the viewers, those in this session, online chat, and especially those who watch later. All right. Thank you so much for your time, and I will see you soon on my next uh, sharing session. Thank you. Have a good day. God bless.